60-8's on the screen right now, and man, she looks way more impressive than she did on picture day. It's amazing. You get a little farther into gestation and how much they change. She was pretty skinny back then, and she's come around since picture day. But this is 60-8. She was a show gilt for the Landry family. She's always looked like a show winner, in my opinion. She's a direct daughter of Goosebumps, and she's backed by a Dirty Secret sow that we got from Kirk. That sow would have stemmed back to a sow that he called Red Op. It was a little R&D project that Kirk had going on there at 4K in Red Oak, Iowa. But this one was a fun show gilt to watch at that stage of her life, but she's been a very, very fun sow to work with. Her first litter was out of Neighbor Boy. They were good. Her second litter was out of Rule Breaker. A gilt out of that litter would have been 5th overall at Louisville at the NJSS show for the Geyer family last summer. I think we've got 2 of those in the keeper pen right now that are bred for the summer. And then most recently, she had a litter out of Dirtbag, those 8s this spring that were very good. So this is a neat sow, a very neat sow. And I think if you really dumb down the group and you study your lesson here, I think this one will gravitate to the top pretty quick. For some of you, she's bred to Absolute, and I think we've done a lot of the hard work here for you.
I'm pretty partial here. This gilt would have been in the group that Hallie would have come and stayed with Taylor and I there in 2020 there for the Kansas City set, and this gilt showed up, and she looked about like what she does today. She was so short and so heavy duty, and her proportionality was incredible, and one that I was awfully excited about to get the show, and as show pigs typically do. I believe she cut her pad like 2 days before we were supposed to make the 30-minute drive into Kansas City, and we didn't get a chance to show her. But, man, she was one that I was so excited about, and it's been so fun to see her transition here into her working clothes and just generate. The gilt that the Geyer family would have showed last year was arguably one of the more impressive gilt prospects we would have had last spring, and she fed incredibly well. And then the gilt we would have sold this spring, the 8-litter Dirtbag gilt that we would have sold at the Chosen Ones there in Indiana, was awfully impressive and is feeding incredibly well. And honestly looks a lot like her mom. This sow generates. She's got the Goosebump length of body and the extra punch up high. And again, bred to Absolute here. Like we were talking out in the yard whenever we videoed her. I mean, I think this is about as exciting and perfect as a mating as it gets. I think their rear legs line up incredibly well for the way they're mated, and this thing has got as much extra and upside potential in terms of extras bred to the way she is. It won't surprise me a bit if we show up somewhere in Texas this fall and there's going to be a pig out of her worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that sure seems to be a very possible outcome. This is 60-8. She's a Goosebumps Dirty Secret. She's bred to Absolute. She sells as lot 23, and she is due June 18th.